Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the first ever Nitrocious TCG video. I'm Nitrocious, and today we are having a look at the new EB03 Red Blue Vivi leader. So as I'm going through this deck list, you'll kind of see me like look down. It's because my laptop is on my lap, because I don't have a desk, but so just bear with me. So Vivi got a new leader in this set. It's the only leader in the set, and it is something to say the least. It is absolutely absurd. Not only does it have protection and removal because it's blue, it also has rush and power reduction. So very, very good leader. There was another Red Blue Vivi leader before this, so we've got plenty of Alabasta support already. But yeah, so let's just get straight into the deck profile. We'll take a look at the leader first. So this new Vivi leader, unlike the last one, can actually attack for some reason. And its first effect is once per turn, if your character with a base cost of 4 or more would be KO'd, that's by battle or by effect, you may trash a card from your hand and it's not KO'd. So obviously that is really, really good. It kind of doesn't matter when it comes to your smaller bodies, you know, like your searchers and such. Because like if they're gonna go anyway. But your bigger bodies, like you see in this list right here, your Cavendish, it's pretty much unremovable, apart from if your opponent bottom decks it or bounces it to your hand. So it makes it absurd. There's quite a lot of blockers in this deck as well, so it pretty much just gives you a free block. If you remember the old card Shariah, if they swung with a leader, you could block, it would make it up to the leader's power, and then you could 1k it. It's like that, except you can block any swing, and it can be a brick that you trash. I know that allegory was kind of, you know, like messy, but you get what I'm trying to say. And its second effect, because every leader has 2 effects now, is activate main. You may rest this leader, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2k power during this turn, then up to one of your characters without a when attacking gets rush, which also, just in tandem with the other effect, is also really, really good. So the Cavendish that I was just talking about, you actually can't give that rush because it does have a when attacking. You know, that's in the deck list because it's very sticky and it fixes your hand. But for example, unlike other leaders that give rush, such as this red Sanji, it's not locked to cost at all. So in this list, obviously you see we have 10 cost Shanks. You can play that, rest your leader, give something minus 2k, and swing with a 12k on the turn it's played, as well as pop a 10k. You know, it's crazy. It's really, really good. And like I said before, it can attack this time. So it's just your typical dual color 4 life leader. So moving on to the actual deck profile. First off, we got a few searchers, you know, just your standard ones. We've got Vivi, which is top 4 for an Alabasta or Straw Hat, with a cost of 2 or more, which doesn't really typically matter because there's not a lot of 1 cost in this deck. As you can see, we're running the 1 cost event. But, you know, it's only a one-off, so it doesn't really matter. But that searches pretty much everything you'll ever need. It searches your Nami, this 2k here, your other searcher, this other 2k, this 5 cost Vivi, this other 5 cost Nami, the 7 cost Vivi. But it's literally the whole deck. It's the whole deck. There are variations of this deck where you can kind of just run generic high-end, like Rayleigh and such. But we've kind of went with an Alabasta build here. So that's kind of what the same thing that Igaram does. This one is really good as well, because even though giving 5k or minus 5k to your leader is typically pretty bad, sometimes on your turns when you want to give your characters rush anyway by resting your leader, you're not going to be swinging with it anyway. So it's pretty much a free search, which is really good. Chopper here, searchable 2k. It's one of the best red 2ks, especially if you're running Straw Hat. And not only that, it actually is base 4 cost or more, so you can protect it with Vivi effect. So not only a 2k, not only a 6k blocker, it also is pretty much unremovable except with bottom deck. So really good card to have in the deck. This 5 cost Nami is very, very important with the deck. Not only is it good by itself, not only is it a 5 cost 7k that you can give rush, it also helps you draw cards if you minus your leader. And like I already said, if you're resting your leader to give it rush anyway, it doesn't even matter if you give it minus 5k. It's really good. It also works for more minus power, because obviously your leader's already given minus 2. This Nami can also give minus 1. That's minus 3k to anything, and then you can swing into it with this Nami. It also combos really nicely with this new 5 cost Vivi, I will talk about that more when I get to it, but just know the Vivi into Nami is typically the combo you're looking for. Cobra here, just your typical searchable 2k, you know. You could run another thing, you could run like another Straw Hat 2k, but this is double searchable with both the Vivi and the Igaram, so I've decided to run that instead. Beckman here, really good in the list. Obviously, trashing instead of KOing is still really big. There's quite a lot of protection in the meta now, especially from KO, so being able to get around that is really good. And the fact that it is power centered as well means that, you know, you can use your leader effect, you can use your Nami effect, and, you know, even if you need to give up the rush on the Beckman, if you have both of those on field, it means you can trash a 9k. So really good. 10 cost Shanks. I've thought about going up to 4 on this. I haven't really tested this list too much, but, you know, we're gonna test it together when you see the actual gameplay later on in the video. But this card, absurd, right? Like I said, I'd consider going up to 4 because it's just so good. Not only is it possibly a 12k rusher that also gets rid of something, if you use Vivi effect before you play it, you can kill a 12k, which obviously that's like most importantly your blocker beards. There's some 11ks that get hit as well on Beppo in the Mihawk matchup, really important. But even if there is no 12ks for you to pop, it's a 12k rusher that pops pretty much anything that isn't, you know, a really super high end. So it's really good in the list. I would consider putting it up to 4, but, you know, since it's more Alabasta centered, probably not. If I was to make a more generic list, it would definitely be at 4. A Terracotta, once again, a really good double searchable 2k. And it, for some reason, gives one of your Alabastas unblockable, which is insane on a 2 cost, 2k, by the way. It's kind of like that Sanji, the old red Sanji, the one that gives your Straw Hat with 6k or more unblockable, but, you know, it's not power locked. It still only costs 2, still a 2k. Really good 2k. 2-pitting, of course, you know, needs to be played in a blue deck. It's just an absurd card. People think it's going to get banned. I'm not really too sure about it. I think in some instances it is kind of healthy, you know, because I think being punished for hoarding hand size is good sometimes, but, you know, maybe I'm just saying that because I'm running it. But, you know, if you're playing any blue deck and you're not running Puddin, you're trolling. So we're running 2 in this list. Cavendish, I've already talked about Cavendish. Obviously, you can't give it rush with your leader, but once it gets on field, it pretty much never leaves, and it lets you just fix your hand and go +1 on cards pretty much every turn. So, while you can't give it rush, like I said, really good for this deck, even if it is a break. This new 5-cost Vivi from EB03 is absolutely exceptional for the deck. Like I already said, the main thing you're going to be playing off it is the Nami, but you can also play this other Nami. So whether you want to go aggro with the red one or fix your hand with the blue one, you kind of get the best of both worlds. It can also be protected with the Vivi leader effect. So like I said, you can pretty much free block anything, or not free block, but, you know, you can block and ditch a brick that you don't need. It's really good, especially against aggro decks. And the other card we just talked about, this Nami, it's always been good. You know, you see it in UP Luffy as well. Just a phenomenal hand fixer, and once again with the leader effect, makes it even better in this deck. So, you know, obvious include there. This new 7-cost Vivi from EB04, we've kind of got a little bit of a double feature here. Not only are we doing a new EB03 leader, we're also doing new EB04 cards. So this Vivi, this is kind of where you need to decide whether you want to run the generic engine or the Alabasta engine, because, you know, you got to dedicate quite a lot of your deck to fuel this Vivi. You'll see next with the Chacapel as well. That's kind of the only thing you can play off it. But it is really good because not only does it let you get Chacapella a turn early, it also forces the opponent to bottom deck 1. So really good card. Like I was saying, you play the Chacapella with it. It has double attack, which is quite rare on creatures, and creatures, like it's magic, characters, and can be really good against some certain matchups like Sanji if you get it a turn early and they don't leave Dawn up. You know, getting a double attack on them is really important. Not only that, but it also draws you 2 cards if you give -5k to your leader. Just like Igaram, giving -5k to your leader really isn't that big a deal if you're going to give something rush anyway. So these 2 cards combo really well together. Like I said, it's kind of between this or a more generic package with like 8-cost Rayleigh and some more Shanks and all that kind of stuff. But we're just trying this one out today because, you know, not only is it a new leader, we've also got some new cards for it. And last off, we've got 1 1-cost event, just your typical one cost, give your leader or character 4k, you know, because they just give everyone that event nowadays. I'm only running one because it was kind of between that and more 2ks, and I do prefer to, you know, have a few more 2ks, especially when we're only running 10 in this list. But, you know, one might catch people off guard and really good for a late game, and it's also double searchable. So we're going to move on to some games now. You won't see me on the webcam. I'll just be commentating over them. They are pre-recorded. I played them before I commentated over them, but I just did that so I can, you know, better kind of let you know my thoughts, and, you know, even if I misplayed in the game, but just to talk you through how I think you should be playing the deck. But there's 3 games up for you, so just go ahead and have a look at that, and I hope you enjoy.
Okay, so first up, we're up against Ace. This is a pretty important deck in the meta. I'm not gonna lie, I got the bricks beaten off of me twice by this guy before this game. He kind of high rolled. He got like 2 or 3 new gates minimum, and he went second as well. But this turn, or this game, I get to choose whether to go first or second. So I'm obviously gonna choose second. And my starting hand here is actually not bad. After the mulligan, I've got the Vivi, I've got the 5-cost Vivi, which is good. I've got Shanks, which is really needed for a Whitebeard. I've got Searcher. The 2 7-cost Vivis, I don't need 2. I might not even need 1, but you know, I'm keeping the hand regardless. I don't really have a choice because I'm mulliganed. So drawn to a 2k, I'm searching for something to play off of the 5-cost Vivi, so I take the Nami, and then just pass. He's got an Otama, which isn't the worst play. It means he hasn't searched for anything so far. He's probably just going to swing 8 here, keep his leader effect up, maybe play another Searcher. Yep, trash the red rock. Okay, play another Easel and swing 7. So I'll take that. Another 2k, that's pretty good. Draw, I was hoping for a Cavendish here, but didn't find it, so just 9 at life. It's good kind of sometimes to take a life early off Ace, especially if you have Puddin'. He plays into a Garp, which he finds the Marco, which is what he wanted to play this turn, I'd imagine. Thinking about countering this, I've got quite a lot of cards in hand, and he runs Pudding as well, so I 2k it, and he plays the Marco, as expected. I'm just going to play Vivi into Nami here. Probably just give the Nami Rush to get an extra card. Yep, give the Nami Rush, minus the Marco. Doesn't really make a difference, but just in case he's going to block with it anyway. So swing 8. I think he does decide to block here. But he doesn't have leader effect up, which is really good. It means he only draws 2, even though his hand is still massive. But it's the Jozu. That's pretty bad, but you know, it's kind of what we expected. So free block here, pretty much. Get rid of the Nami. I'm not going to be playing that again. Draw 1-cost event. He's got the Jozu. I've got Beckman in hand, so I just decide to use leader effect before playing him. Play the Beckman, get rid of the Jozu. My aim is to kind of, you know, make sure he doesn't get a board. He's playing new gates with Iron Whitebeard here. You know, it's kind of going as expected. His turn has been, you know, his game has been pretty standard. He swings 5 with a Garp here, so I just 1k with a Viva. I'm not going to do that anyway. And once again, I'm thinking about blocking this, but you know, maybe I want another card in hand, but no, I've got the 1-cost event. I'll get rid of that anyway. So trash that. You know what I'm going to do here, just minus the Whitebeard by Shanks. Get rid of it, still no board. Swing into that Garp as well while I'm at it. And then he did take the life with Iron Whitebeard, so I can't even swing into him, so I'll just pass. But my board is looking phenomenal. His isn't. He does manage to red rock the Shanks and play Marco. Thinking about taking this, I do kind of need a play here because I don't want to Shanks the Marco. I was looking for a Beckman, but didn't find it. Putting him out of so many cards. Honestly, I think at this point, the game's kind of locked up. I think even if he'd played a Whitebeard, I could have just Shanks it again. But putting him out of, I think it was like 11 cards, I mean, it might as well be over. Play an Nami just for an extra blocker, and so I can filter my hand for an extra play. I'm not going to need, you know, another Vivi, so just bottom deck that. My hand is chock full of 2Ks as well. And then I'll just give the Nami Rush because I don't need 2 blockers, and I can't swing his leader anyway with Vivi. So give the Nami Rush, swing 6. He's thinking about it. He's in a dire situation here, to be honest. He 1Ks that, and I swing 7 with a Beckman. He might block with Mark here, and I just decides to take it. Even if he plays Roger, I'm more than fine. He actually Iron Whitebeards into the 9-cost, which that's just free Shanks value, to be honest. It doesn't even matter. I think I could have killed him anyway, but just take that. block that. Once again, pretty much a free block. Get rid of the Chacopal. I'm not going to play it anyway. He passes, place your inks. Get rid of that 9 cost. Give him rush. And he is the only swing I have here. So I swing 12. He probably, I'm pretty sure he has the counter here. But I mean, it doesn't matter. His board is empty. It's about to be empty. As you see here, I'm just going to swing into that Marco. Because, like, yeah, it gives him 2 more cards, but he can't kill me anyway. So swing into the Marco, he takes it. Pass. And that's pretty much the game locked up. You look at my hand, it's full of 2K. It's got another blocker. And he's searching for something. Josu's. Yeah, I think he knows. He knows he's done. So I think here, yeah, he swings into the pitting. I'm saving it. Didn't need a block there, but we're just, we're just joking around here. 22k life. Lock it up. As I said, I did get the absolute shit kicked out of me by Ace rather twice before this. And I think the only reason I won there, he had to go first. And you kind of need hope for that against Ace, because like if you go second, you can play your first Shanks in response to his first Whitebeard. If you go first, it's a lot more difficult. You kind of have to rely on them missing something. But as you can see, going second, not too bad a matchup. So going on to the next one now. Okay, next matchup. I know this isn't exactly a meta one, but I'm playing against the Foxy. Did get some new support in EB04, which we've been able to play with in the West for a while now. But it's really good. The Searcher really needed a Searcher, a new high end, a new Foxy. So the deck is actually, it's not meta, but it is relevant. It's good to know the matchup. So we'll just get into this one here. I've chose to go, or no, I haven't chosen. I've had to go first, unfortunately. Which, I mean, I guess for Foxy, he ramps enough that it doesn't really matter. But the one thing that you need to pay attention to this is he can freeze your leader. So you can, you kind of need to pay attention to when you're swinging or using. So I search again. I was looking for the Vivi because I wanted to do Vivi Nami, but didn't find it. I think it's okay to swing here because next turn he's only going to be on 4, and if he minuses 3 down to freeze my leader, puts him way behind. So I've swung with my leader here. He just plays the Ito Mimizu and the other Porsche. Next turn, he will definitely leader affect me, so I've just, I've got to start playing it slow. I can't give any of my units rush for now. But I play the Nami. I'm still kind of looking for more. My hand isn't great. I think I've kind of missed the timing to play this Nami. And as you can see, I actually did have 2 1-costs in hand. I changed the list slightly from the deck list that I showed before. I just took out 1 Cobra and put in a 1-cost event. So pretty simple change. But he plays double Bonclay here. Porsche into double Bonclay. And I think already I'm cooked. Like if I want to get any tempo, I'm going to need to play a bigger body, and if I play a bigger body, he can swing with the Bonclays. I can't even do anything to them, to be honest. I genuinely think Grab Blade would maybe be good in this deck. You can play Red Rock as well, obviously, but I think maybe that's just because I'm in a situation where Grab Blade would be good. Swing 6 with the Nami. I can't even swing with leader, so I mean I've already drawn anyway, but I'll pass. I've got a 1-cost event in hand, but I mean I'm looking at least 3 7Ks here if he decides to swing with his Bonclays. He plays the Foxy, rests the Nami, and filters his hand. He keeps 2. Oh no, he keeps 1 up. He swings 6 with the Porsche. A 2K that, can't really afford to take that. Swings 6 with the Foxy. Freezes my Nami and my leader. Oh, not my leader, sorry, I didn't rest it, so I'll 2K that again. He decides not to swing with the Bonclays, which, to be fair, he knows I'm going to play something bigger. Like right now. Well, I play the Vivi into the Chacopal. It's the first time we're seeing this combo in this video. Not in a great situation, regardless, but it's a cool combo. So he needs to bottom deck a card, and then I'll give -5 to my leader to draw 2. Drink that 2K in a Searcher, that's pretty good. And then I think now's the time to rest my leader. It's not. I'm under no assumptions it's getting unrested for the rest of the game. But I think this Chacopal swing matters quite a lot. Obviously on his board, he's got 2 or 3 9k swings, and Foxy also has a restand. Luckily I do have 2 blockers and a 1 cost event in hand, but it's not looking good at all. So we're just seeing what he's doing here. Honestly, he could play another Foxy, 7 cost or 8 cost. He decides to swing first. So swings 9. Just gonna have to take that, unfortunately. Swing 6, I can 2k that one. Probably gonna swing 9 again here, unfortunately. I know he plays the Sanji. I remember at the time I was shocked by this. It really put a wrench in the works. I did not expect him to rest one of my blockers. So I'm gonna have to get rid of quite a lot of cards in hand here. I think realistically I'm gonna have to go down to 0 life here. But he swings at my Vivi, which I'm kind of not really fussed about that. It's good to keep 1 life, but the situation that we're in right now, not good at all. So I'm trying to do a bit of board clear here. Pop the Foxy, can't even give it rush because my leader's rested. So if he has another Sanji or a restand, I'm pretty much cooked. I do have 1 blocker, but if he can play another Sanji and rest it, it doesn't matter. He plays 7 cost Foxy here, which is not the best play. But maybe he didn't have anything else. He reveals no beam sword. That's horrific. That's really, really bad. He's still got 2 Dawn up. He swings 5, freezes my leader again, freezes Chakapal. My double attack. So it's a low-key a free block, and he's only got 1 more swing, and I'm gonna have to go down to 0 anyway, so I free block that. And this is it, Turn's kind of decided now. I know he has no beam sword. He's got 2 Dawn up, so I'm gonna have to swing with the Shanks first. I swing into the Sanji, because I've got a few blockers in hand. Maybe that would help me. I think about going Vivi into Nami, but I'm just gonna go Nami into Nami. It helps me filter my hand some more. I have to get rid of this 5 cost Nami here. It's like bodies that can swing don't mean anything when my life is on the line. So get rid of I've got a lot of counter. None of those are breaks. He plays Foxy. Rests a blocker. He's just kind of slowly wearing me down here. That's a free block, to be honest. He's only got 1 more swing anyway, and I can protect it. Or I can protect the blocker. He plays Chopper. That's not good. Because there was a slight chance without that blocker. I've got 4 swings. There was a slight chance, but now don't have any rush. Play the Beckman just to get rid of the Chopper. I need to keep these blockers up here realistically. He's got 3 swings, and he does have restand, so I kinda only need to defend 1, if that makes sense. Because the max he can swing, assuming he doesn't have 2 restand events in hand, is 4. Seems to be thinking right now. I keep 2 done up because I wasn't going to use it anyway, and maybe he thinks I have an event in hand. My hand actually, he plays another Sanji. Horrific. Not what I wanted to see at all. Rest my blocker. I think about free blocking this, but that would be greedy. So he freezes my Shanks and my leader. Swing 7. I'm gonna need to defend that. Swing 7. He's definitely got restand. He's got 3 done up. So I'm gonna have to defend that. Both of my blockers are probably gonna be gone here, so block that. Can't save it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if he gets greedy and restands the 9 cost, I've got a chance. But if he restands his leader and freezes my Nami, my 5 cost Nami, there's literally no way I can kill him. I've got no cards in hand, no rush. So I'm praying and begging he gets greedy here. And restands the 9 cost. He's clearly thinking about it. So I'm just waiting to see what my fate is. He restands the leader, makes the right play, freezes my Nami. That is a free block. But there's nothing I can do. He's got 2 life. Swings 0 at me. Clearly trolling. But yeah, top deck doesn't matter. 2 life, 2 swings. What can I do? So I swing out. Yeah, just get him down to 0, and then that's me. So nothing else to do. Just concede. You know. Tough matchup because obviously you see me completely fail to write GG in the chat there. But that was a tough matchup because obviously you rely quite heavily on resting your leader, and when it gets frozen, it kind of cuts your deck's potential in half. Doesn't mean you should give up though. You know, it was actually quite close. If you got greedy there was a chance, but unfortunately he played well. No lie about that. I think he maybe could have finished the game a few turns sooner, but regardless, he still won. So yeah, GG. Next here we have the mirror. Obviously I maybe wanted to get some more meta decks, you know, maybe some boas or some Mihawks. Instead it's been Ace, which actually is quite meta relevant, Foxy, and the mirror. I suppose the mirror is quite important, but regardless, next videos I'll try and get you some more meta relevant decks, but we'll see here. The opponent gets to choose. He goes first. This hand is okay. I do want Cavendish though. I'm going to see the Cavendish. Perfect. I also see the Egram, so I've got a Search and a Cavendish and a Vivi, which I can use to play. So I Egram here, hoping to like absorb a swing. I find exactly what I'm looking for, a Nami. So I take the 5 cost. It means I've got to play off of the Vivi. Usually this would absorb a swing, but since he played a Searcher, he just gets to put 1 down into it. But yeah, so take the 7k swing. Just swing 5 at leader, play the Cavendish, and pass. Vivi usually doesn't run like bounce, which is the only way to get rid of the Cavendish. So I'm not too worried about that. Swing 7, I'll just take it. I've got a play here. I'll play I've set up the Vivi into Nami. Draw a card, give the Nami -1. I'm thinking, obviously, usually you don't swing into Vivi's bodies, but I'm thinking I can swing with a Cavendish, and I'm either going to take, he's either going to let it go, or he's going to let his blocker go, which both of those are good. So I've taken 1 card out of hand, and he lets go of his blocker, which is good. He does manage to Beckman my Cavendish, which is pretty much the only other way to get rid of it. And then he swings into the Nami. I know I do have to drop 2 2Ks here, but I feel like I kind of need the pressure off the Nami. So I block the other Nami swing, get rid of a brick, and I actually do manage to find the Vivi into Chacapel combo, which is great. He bottom decks a card. I think about clearing board here. This bit, I think I misplayed slightly. I think I maybe should have swung 7 into the Nami first, but I just swung 9 double attack. He took it regardless, but I think maybe the sequencing could have been better there. I think I should have swung with the 5 cost Nami into the other Nami to take another card out of hand before swinging double attack. He hits me straight back with the same combo. Bottom deck a brick though, which isn't too bad. Gives the Chacapel rush. I know he wants to double attack my life here. I think about keeping this Nami, but you can see my hand. I've got no 2Ks, yeah, so just let it go. Here, I 1 cost event. I thought about taking this because then it kind of gets rid of the threat of double attack, but I can also just free block this. So block this, get rid of one of the searchers, which I don't need. He passes. I totally misplay here, by the way. I kind of suck at this game, but I -2 the Chacapel because I think that Beckman can kill it. Because it always confuses me because it's 7 cost, 7k, but it can kill a 6k. So I massively misplay here. Give -2 to the Chacapel. I can't even do anything about it. I can't even get rid of it because he can just trash a card. You know, he protects his bodies. So I kind of, you know, I fumble. I think about it. I'm like, oh, damn it. But I've still got a good play. I'll play the Vivi into the Nami, fix my hand a little bit. Bottom deck a Beckman, which I don't think I'll need. Or do I bottom deck a Beckman? No, I don't. I might need it. Could get rid of a blocker. I bottom deck the other Vivi and the Searcher. I have to swing 8 with the 4 cost or 4k Vivi. So horrific turn by me. It could have been much, much better. I could have gotten rid of another threat on the board. But luckily, somehow, still, I think I'm still in a good position here. This is another instance where if he had Grab Blade, I'd maybe be in a bit of trouble. But I've got 3 blockers, got a 1-cost event. I've got 2 2Ks and a 1K. So somehow, even after fumbling massively a complete turn, I'm still kind of good here. So he has to swing 6 with this Searcher, hoping I somehow don't have any counter. I obviously do have the counter. He's only got 3 swings left. I've got 3 blockers and a life and a 1-cost event. So I'll take that. Swing is another 8. It's hopeless at this point. The only other thing is sometimes VBs run Roger, which I was a little bit worried about here. Because obviously I think if he Rogered, my blockers were pretty much useless, which would have been scary. I think that probably would have won him the game. But luckily, he didn't have it. Just swing all in 19. He actually got pretty close. He got to 16k, but I had another 5k swing and I had another 6k swing. So I think, honestly, I didn't play that game very well. The Chaka Pal, getting Chaka Pal out before he did, pretty much won me the game. Which, you know, obviously some people don't run the Chaka Pal and VV combo. I didn't need the VV there because I was on 8 Dawn. But the fact that it got rid of one of his cards in hand is pretty good, and I did use it for a swing later. But like I'm saying, if I didn't get Chaka Pal out on that exact turn, I was probably cooked. So yeah, at least we've showed off that the EB04 combo can actually win you games. And then obviously that Beckman fumble was horrific, but somehow we managed to clutch it out. So yeah, that was the games. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll go to a little outro here where I just talk about the deck list again. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.
So that was the games. I know I didn't exactly play to the best of my ability. I misplayed quite a few times. But I feel like I got to show off the deck pretty well. I also think it is important to include my misplays. You know, I'm not trying to come off as some like world champion level perfect One Piece player. You know, like I kind of suck at this game, to be honest with you. But hopefully through this channel and these videos, I'll get better and you guys will see me get better. But obviously you can see here on the list the changes I've made. I just took out 1 Cobra and replaced it with a 1-cost event. I feel like it didn't really come up. You know, I feel like the 1-cost event didn't really come up at all, actually. Oh, I also put in an extra Shanks. That mattered, actually, especially against Ace. But yeah, I feel like the 1-cost event didn't really come up that much. Maybe if I played some more games, it would. But from these small sample of games, it didn't really. So I'd maybe take that back. I'd maybe just put in the extra 2k. I'm actually going to put up an example deck list here from my friend who has been playing VV for way longer than me. He's a better VV player than me. And if you're watching, don't get a big head because I said that. But he proxied the deck before it even came out in the West. So he's been playing it for a long time. But as you can see, his deck list is quite different to mine. He runs Ace Sable Luffy, the 2k. That's probably the main thing. It really helps in the Ace matchup, he says. It's just more power reduction. So I probably would put that in. He also took out Egoram, which I actually do agree with. Throughout these games, I feel like anything that Egoram could do, the VV could do better. And you know, like all of the things that you can actually search. Egoram doesn't, you know, it's mostly 2Ks he searches. So I probably would agree with cutting him in favor of more, you know, like better cards and an extra 2k and stuff. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the videos. Like I said, I feel like I showed off the deck pretty well, even if I'm not the best player. And I said early in the video as well, I did kind of want to put like more meta decks, you know, because, you know, we played against a Foxy for one of those games. But in upcoming videos, I'll try and get more meta decks. I'll probably queue some ranked as well. But yeah, regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. That would help. And obviously, come back for the next ones. You know, I'm going to be doing quite a lot of EB03 meta stuff. I'll probably cover like Boa. Yeah, probably even do the new, not new, but the new support that Robin got. There's quite a lot of decks that matter, like Nami. But I'll probably do videos on them. I'll also probably go back and do some OP14 videos if I run out of content, run out of EB03 content before OP15 comes out. But yeah, anyway, enough ranting. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe. I'm Nitrocious, and have a good day.